It's week 4 of the 2022 season. All eyes are on Cooper Kupp. He's coming off one of his biggest games in both yards and touchdowns last week. It's the Rams and the Niners on Monday Night Prime Time.
It is a part of the country that could definitely use the rain, but it's also going to make for a very wet track tonight here at Levi's Stadium in Santa Clara, California. Tonight we finish off week 4 with a good Monday night matchup between the Los Angeles Rams and the San Francisco 49ers. Brandon Gaudin, as always, joined by my good friend Charles Davis. And CD, you look at the Niners in this matchup. Their offense is one that doesn't rely too heavily on just one guy. They like to spread things around as best they can.
You're right about that. It's a diverse unit, and they like to run their offense by what they call game plan, meaning each and every week they study the opponent, they probe its weaknesses, and they move the ball around that way. They emphasize who's going to get it based on what they think they'll accomplish in that game. Other teams, they're a system team. They're going to run what they run no matter what. I like this style of offense. It suits them well.
A couple of 2-1 teams set to square off, and we're underway here in NFL Week 4. A short kick taken at the 18. And they've got it up past the 35, so pretty good starting field position. And here's Trey Lance leading this 49er offense onto the field. Some very big expectations for the second-year signal caller.
And what a performance in his last game. A couple of touchdown passes, that was positive.
But more than 2 interceptions.
Yeah, that's not what he's looking for. What did Vince Lombardi say, though? Winning isn't everything.
It's the only thing.
And that's what he hangs his hat on after last week's game.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. They'll start with a run by Mitchell. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Call it officially a loss of 2 on the first play from scrimmage. 2nd down.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness. He's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. Here's Lance. And that nearly an interception here on this opening drive, but he gets a reprieve. It's 3rd down. Throwing is Lance on 3rd down. The first catch of the game for George Kittle. And he is going to have a 49ers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Well, on 3rd down, he wanted to go to one of his most dependable targets, and that's who he found, his tight end there, to pick up the first, Charles.
And you use the proper word there, dependable. And sometimes spectacular, because tight ends nowadays, they can do it all. But they're the guys you trust, especially across the middle of the field where there's traffic. He delivers, and they pick up nice yardage.
They run the option here on 1st and 10. 6 yards there on the keeper at 2nd down. The Niners at 2-1 now to start the campaign, and they move back above 500 with a victory last week.
And you look at their start, a win, a loss, then a win. This might be something we see from them a lot this year, because when they're at their best, they can play with anybody. But bringing their best every week, that's been a challenge thus far.
And it appears we've got a member of the Rams shaken up on that last play. The medical staff will attend to him, and we will step aside.
Ready.
First down, here's Mitchell. And he'll be tackled at the 23 after a gain of 3. This defense for the Rams, they were excellent a week ago in the victory over Arizona.
This defense certainly has a lot to be proud of coming off of last week's game, because when you only give up 14 points in a contest, you give your team a great chance to win. The best defense in the league is usually going to average giving up 18, 19 points a game. So to be under that, a terrific achievement.
That one, a first down pickup of 8.
How about that there? No frills, no additives, right? Nothing crazy. Just find a way to pick up the first down. A nice run right there.
Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. He's got Humphries on a quick slant. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. 2nd and 2.
Nothing fancy on first down, but a very consistent type of a play. Hit that slant. A lot of people call it an extension of the running game, and it can be if that pass is completed, because you hit a guy on the run like that, he often can go for big yardage.
Sets him up nicely for 2nd down, staying ahead of schedule. It's a 3-yard pickup, and then it sets up 1st and goal. So that was all you're looking for on a play like that. Get the first down and keep the drive moving.
Yeah, it just looked to me like he just said to himself, I got this. I'll take it. I'll pick it up, and let's keep moving. Get the first down, get a new set, and let's start over.
They'll get 2 out of that run, and it's going to bring up a 2nd and goal. From the 2 now, 2nd and goal. Lance looking to throw it. That's caught by Deebo Samuel. Touchdown, San Francisco. A great play there. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Niners will claim the early lead as they're on the board first here tonight. Robbie Gould on for the extra point. Footing likely going to be an issue all night here on a rainy night, but this one is good. So that one a long 11-play drive. And it's Deebo Samuel who caps things with a touchdown reception. After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. And here comes Matthew Stafford leading the Rams offense out there. And just as he did last season when he captured his first and the Rams' 2nd Super Bowl title.
You know what I did in pregame? I made sure I touched him as he went by. I want a little bit of what he's got.
The golden arm from last week.
Oh, how much fun was that to watch that game tape, all right? The number of touchdowns, what was that, 5 last week?
Yeah.
But 0 interceptions. So you think he's due to throw a pick, but I'm betting that he continues the streak in this game.
On first down, they'll start out with Akers. And despite a nice juke there, really good move, he only gets about a yard, and it brings up 2nd down. The numbers for him from a week ago, 15 carries, 76 yards.
They've won 2 straight games, and they've done it with the running game as the focal point of their offense. So in this contest, I don't think about doing anything else. I continue to ride the hot hand that I've established and lead with the runners.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Here's Stafford. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Charles, already trailing by a touchdown early. This offense, how imperative is it for them to get points out of this drive?
Well, they feel like they have to go ahead and match because of what was already on the board against their defense. But I think even more so, you just want to avoid 3 and outs. You want to be able to stay on the field for a little while, let your defense catch their breath a little bit.
And the pressure gets to him and brings him down. Stafford is sacked. Pass rusher extraordinaire, D. Ford that time, getting the sack.
It's been a tough couple of years for D. Ford in San Francisco. Only been able to stay on the field for 7 games in the last 2 seasons with just 3 sacks to show for that stretch. If he can stay on the field for a full season, look out.
So on 4th down, kicking it away here, Michael Pilardi. And he was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. And it's going to be a short field to work with after this one. It's touchdown at the 45-yard line. Back out there comes the 49ers offense ready for their second drive. Early on, you know, Charles, every game could be called a measuring stick game. But I think when it comes within your division like this, it's a measuring stick game with a little extra intrigue.
I would agree with that totally because all division games have a little extra to them. But I like where this game is situated because at this stage of the season, it has that little extra juice, but at the same time, it's not a make or break if this were, let's say, week 15, 16, somewhere in that neighborhood.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Here's Lance to throw it. Quick throw, knocked away, and incomplete.
Quarterbacks work all the time on manipulating a defense with their eyes and their head movement. In this case, he just stared the receiver down. That allowed for excellent coverage, able to knock that one away.
Now Lance. And trying to get it to Samuel, but it's intercepted. Picked up by Jalen Ramsey. And the Rams are going to take possession as they've got it at the 42-yard line. CD, I know it's just his second year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape, he's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, second year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
So the Rams coming back onto the field, their second drive of the game. They'll start in excellent field position following the INT. So good field position for the Rams as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 42. Akers hit, he coughs it up.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. The fumble on 1st down. Now here's 2nd down. Stafford. And his throw's going to be incomplete. These Rams and Niners met 3 times a season ago. The Niners had the Rams number in the regular season, winning 31-10 in Santa Clara, and then again 27-24 in overtime in the season's final week. But the Rams got the last laugh in the NFC Championship game with a 20-17 victory. And now the 3rd down throw incomplete as well. On 4th down, Michael Pilardi on to punt. And now a low liner. I think he mishit him. A special teams mistake there, no doubt. Just 26 yards officially on the punt. And the Niners will go on offense. 1st and 10. Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. They've got a 7-0 lead in the football as well as they start out 1st and 10.
Here we go, back.
A little jet sweep to start the drive. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Well, as a wideout, when you take that handoff and you're coming around the edge, you're expecting to see nothing but empty space in front of you. But if not...
Well, things can go south in a hurry, and that's exactly what we saw on that play with a loss. So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. To throw, it's Lance. It's caught. Humphreys. And they're going to get this up to midfield. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. They'll try and pick it up with Mitchell. And this is not going to be enough. Was in search of 2 yards and only got halfway there.
Well, they picked up a portion of it, but not all that they needed. Now that leads to a decision on 4th and 1. Let's see what they decide to do.
And the punter's on the sideline. Here's the field goal unit now to try an exceptionally long one. And this will be called officially a 66-yard attempt. That's on target, but it's no good. He had it on line, but it came up just shy of the crossbar. And this will remain a one-touchdown game.
They had a chance there to really build a nice early lead, go up a couple of scores. But he doesn't hit that one quite right. And it winds up an empty possession.
The Rams offense now making their way out to take over. They're still in search of an initial first down as they come up here 1st and 10. So after the missed long field goal attempt, this offense set up nicely at the 44-yard line. On 1st and 10, Stafford. He'll get this complete to Cooper Kupp. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. The catch and run pays off for 29 yards. See some head shaking on that defensive sideline because so much focus on taking away what he did last week as NFC Offensive Player of the Week. Big gain there for him to start.
I love your observation because you would think they'd be prepared for him after what he did the previous week. But sometimes that skill set actually intimidates a defense, and he used it to his great advantage.
So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. Stafford going to give this to Akers. Now this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down. The last run got 9. That leaves him with 2nd and a yard. They'll try the jet sweep. Stafford pops it forward. Slipped one tackle, but no more as he's knocked to the deck behind the line of scrimmage. In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. Stafford now to throw. And he's got it. That's Kupp for a Ram touchdown. 10 yards on the touchdown pass. And the Rams are within an extra point of tying up this ball game. The point after through the raindrops up and good. And we are tied at 7. So that drive, 4 plays. And it ends with Cooper Kupp on the receiving end of the touchdown pass. So I'll leave it at 7 now as they kick it away. A short kick taken at the 18. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. And San Francisco gets set to go here. And they were in field goal range last time out but couldn't connect.
And it's early in the game, so I don't think that the confidence just goes entirely out of, running your kicker back out there. But let's face it, some coaches have a little bit less patience for that than others. Let's see if they call the game differently now in terms of what they do on drives and not try and settle for field goals.
Here's Mitchell now to kick off the drive to about the 35, second down.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he was trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
From the 35 on second down, Lance. That'll go for a gain of 7. And 3rd and 1 now.
He decided to run a hitch route. It really helped to have a guy who can turn it loose. And, boy, he rifled one in there on that one. Not much run after catch, but it worked really well.
On 3rd down, here's Mitchell. And he's got the first down yardage as he brings this up to the 47. And 5 yards on the play there as the drive will continue. Well, they gave themselves options there on the 3rd down play and were able to convert on that RPO.
Shows a lot of trust with the guy taking the snap, doesn't it? Because you're counting on him to make the right reads and give the ball where it's supposed to go. And he did on that play.
Ready.
On 1st down, they go back to Mitchell. And he's going to take this one across midfield and into Ram territory. He'll get a nice chunk there on the 1st down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
That was a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down. Now Lance going to throw. They'll run the screen with Mitchell. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 40.
Let's give a little credit there. The offensive play caller sensed that the screen pass was available. Whenever you're getting a lot of heavy pressure towards your quarterback, that's when you're thinking about running the screen and using that pressure against the defense. And it worked very well there for a 1st down.
And they'll let the quarterback keep it here on 1st and 10. Oh, look at the juke. He's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down. A little do-it-yourself run right there. And a nice gain.
And I like that he knew that that was about all he was going to get. So he did a nice job of protecting himself, took care of the football, took what the defense gave him. If they continue to allow him to do that, they'll find a way taking what they can all the way to the end zone.
And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. A good chunk on the ground on the keeper, 17 yards, 1st down. Well, when you've got a quarterback like this dead to rights, you got to make sure to wrap up. Instead, though, he breaks free and off he goes.
Yeah, this is great work by a quarterback here. He's doing anything he can to avoid taking a square hit. I admire the way he worked his way through the initial contact and then continued downfield for good yardage.
Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. Lance with a tap forward on the jet sweep. And they get to him quickly here as he stopped right around the 13.
That's a nice job there defensively, being able to diagnose that little touch pass. They saw it coming, converged on him before he could get much out of it.
They'll go option on 2nd down, right side. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. 4 yards there on the keeper, but still going to bring up a 3rd down. 7-7, our score after 1. The 49ers with the football here to begin the 2nd as they've got it with a third down coming up.
Here we go, set.
They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks.
Ready.
Working from the gun, Lance. Touchdown! Deebo Samuel, his second touchdown of the game, his third on the year. And the 49ers have moved out in front in the second quarter, and already his second touchdown reception.
Absolutely the definition of a difference maker here in this first half. Clearly one of his quarterback's favorite targets in this game, and I figure he's going to draw a little more attention and coverage moving forward.
Now goal for the extra point. And he's got it. It's now a 14-7 ball game. A pretty long drive that time. 11 plays all told. And it's Deebo Samuel who caps things with a touchdown reception. After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. Now this, a very short kick. Ooh, with a juke. And they'll be set up with good field position here as he gets this up over the 40-yard line. And now this offense comes back out onto the field. As this offense comes back out here, Charles, they're trailing in this ball game. And they've been on the sideline for a while. They did score their last time out, but they just had to watch that long, sustained drive, so we'll see if they can shake the rust off.
Yeah, and that's always a question that you have when you have to come off the bench after having sat there for a long time. Are you ready to go? Are you loosened up? But even more so, are you mentally alert and ready to put your best product out there?
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. Here's a run with Akers on second down. And he'll be stopped at the 46, gain of 3.
And that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Force the incompletion on first down, then you're able to shut down the running play on second.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in an expected passing situation.
He'll get this to Akers out of the backfield. And he'll be tackled after a gain of 4, still 3 yards short, fourth down. And it appears we've got a member of the Rams shaken up on that last play. Hopefully, obviously nothing serious here. Medical staff, though, are going to take a peek, and we'll take a break. And the punter's on the sideline. Here's the field goal unit now to try an exceptionally long one. And this one will not get there. It's off to the left anyway. It's no good, and this will stay at a 7-point game.
I tell you, it's not easy kicking field goals in the best of conditions. Yet in a downpour like we're in right now, it makes it that much harder. And sure enough, they can't convert here.
So here are the Niners to take over on offense. Last week they defeated the Broncos, and they've got the lead here as well as they work with a 1st and 10. So the long field goal misses, and now the reverse. You're in a tough spot defensively. They'll start the drive at the 43. They'll start out here with the option left. And he's going to be met at about the 43. Only a yard on the keeper, and it'll be second down.
That was a really nice play, able to stack that one up. When they get back in the huddle, he's got to tell his guys up front, great job. They kept people off of him, allowed him to run free, and make the hit on the runner.
Filled the gap nicely, kept him to just a 1-yard gain. Now, meanwhile, here's a second down throw that's knocked away and incomplete. Throwing now is Lance. Screen play, setting it up for Mitchell. And he's going to come up a few yards short of the first. They get him to the ground at the 37. That one good for only 6, and it leaves him with a 4th down.
And that doesn't have to gain big yardage to be an impactful play, because if you can get those pass rushers second-guessing themselves that they might get hit with a screen, maybe you can wind up slowing them down just a step. And if you do that, that's a win for that play.
Let's go now.
Lance to throw for it on 4th down. And trying to get it to Samuel, but it's intercepted. Taylor Rapp with a pick. And the Rams are going to get the ball back on the turnover as they hold on 4th down.
Okay, partner, no surprise to you. I'm going to look at this from the defensive perspective. In the rain, you have to be more cautious trying to cover passing routes. Why? The offense knows where they're going with the football. The receiver knows the route he's going to run. You have to make sure you keep your footing underneath you.
So now here are the Rams as their offense comes back out. And they've got to be a little bit frustrated about that last drive, missed field goal.
Always hurts a team because, you've put something out there, you've given yourself a chance, you're in rain.
Oh, a hit. He lost the football. Stafford puts it on the ground. And now this is scooped up by the 49ers. And they are going to take possession of the football inside the 15 at the 14-yard line. The pocket collapsed around him. I know we talk about it a lot, but a QB has to have that sixth sense, doesn't he?
It really does, and I know of one team at one point was training their quarterback with that time frame, and anytime he didn't get rid of the ball within the right amount of time, they would blow a horn or blow a whistle to show him this is what that time is, just what you're talking about, training him to understand this is the amount you have, make sure the ball's gone. Didn't happen in this case.
5 yards on the carry, good pickup on 1st down.
Hey, it's not the most spectacular play, but I think most teams will take that every single time for the first play of a drive. Begin the series with positive yardage and set yourself up for a very manageable 2nd down.
And it's caught. And we're going to stop play here, at least momentarily. It looks like there is a 49er who's in some discomfort. So as the medical staff takes a look, we'll step aside. And they'll try the option on 1st and goal. And he is going to lose yardage here. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
He kept it in his hands and tried to push it across the goal line himself, but the defensive front wouldn't allow him to do so, bringing up 2nd down and a bit farther.
Here we go.
Mitchell is in. Touchdown 49ers.
Did my eyes deceive me, or was that an eye formation play that was just run there for a touchdown?
A little old school eye.
How about that? Was that a fullback, tailback, running it into the end zone?
Well, that's what that fullback's for, right? That's why you use that. Let him pave the way.
Oh, without a doubt. He's an extra blocker, and he did his job well on that play.
Gold to add the extra point. It's good, and it is now 21-7. A drive there of just 4 plays. And it ends with a 1-yard touchdown run. After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. Fields this way up at the 17. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. The football going back to the Rams now. And this not an easy situation. You're down early, in the elements, you're on the road. How do you get the mojo back?
Well, one thing is to remember that as an offensive player, you have a much better idea of what you're trying to accomplish and where you're trying to go than the defender. So in this case, because you know it, you can make your cuts with a little more decisiveness, maybe a second fake, some double moves, things of that nature, to go ahead and try and put some pressure on the defense.
10 yards there to start the drive, and just enough by about the length of the football for a 1st down.
I'm okay with the call there. In fact, I actually like it. I know they're down a couple of scores, but the running game worked in that situation. I would continue to go in that direction.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. On the counter, this is Akers. And a 6-yard gain gets him right around the 43. The last run got 6. Now 2nd and 4.
Now, Brandon, that's the way you want to run the football. There should almost be quote bubbles above the offense right now. Bam, boom, biff. That's how they feel good about moving the football.
And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. And it appears we've got a member of the Rams shaken up on that last play. While they come out and take a look at him, we will step aside for just a moment. So from inside Niner territory now, this is 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. Going right back to Akers. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down. They'll go with Akers here up the middle. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. 48 yards on the ground for him now on 9 carries.
Yeah, once more, strong running, excellent blocking at the point of attack. They've got a nice little drive brewing right here.
All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. A give up the middle to Akers. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the 1st down run. He gets maybe 3.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Now they're staring at a 3rd and 8. That last play backwards a yard.
It always helps when you get great run support from your safeties, and when you get one who can actually read the play and get upfield and shut it down before it gets going, that's exactly what you're looking for.
The offense on 3rd down tonight, they've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd and 8. Back to throw, Stafford. And the Niners get there and bring him down. Dee Ford in there to get him yet again. That is his 3rd sack tonight. They can't figure him out.
Well, he continues, Charles, to be under constant pressure, and these sacks, they're starting to pile up.
And if they want to have a realistic chance in this one, they've got to change their blocking assignments. They've got to do a better job to keep him upright. If he's going to be on the deck constantly, they've got no chance to win this game.
So look at this. Here's the field goal unit coming out. And he is going to need to bomb this one. And this will be spotted on the other side of the field. It's a 61-yard attempt.
Wow, partner, it's almost a little jarring to see a holder set up on the other side of midfield. I haven't brought out my binoculars to make sure on that one. That is showing an awful lot of confidence in the kicker to try and hit from 61 yards. And this one winds up no good.
San Francisco's offense returns to the field. And thus far, the weather has not slowed this offense down one bit. They've looked good so far in the 1st half.
They certainly have. And think back to our meeting with the head coach. And we asked him, because we saw the forecast for this game, didn't we? We said, hey, have you prepared for this? And he talked about the different drills that they've done in adverse conditions, the wet ball drills, things of that nature. He said, I don't think it's going to slow us down much. We tend to handle it pretty well, and he's been right.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. And Lance now to throw. And he will find his man, Samuel. And he's going to be taken down at the 28-yard line.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
Ready.
They run the option here on 1st and 10. Oh, nice move. And he will reach the 5-yard line before going out of bounds.
Holding. Offense.
You need your wide receivers as blockers. Sometimes they get hurt.
The big runs are often a result of what they do on the perimeter. In this case, got caught holding, and this one will come back.
And Lance again going to keep it. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the red zone here at the 22-yard line. Give him 10 yards on the keeper, and it'll lead to a second down.
Well, partner, for a few years there, we thought this read option play was going to take over the whole NFL. It seemed like everyone was using it. But it has been scaled back considerably in the last few seasons, mainly because people are worried about their quarterbacks getting hit. But when you call it at the right time and you use it properly, you see the type of gains you can get. A nice chunk of yardage there by the quarterback.
Lance to throw on 3rd and 1. Open man is Ayuk, complete. And he's going to have a Niners first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
For many people, that's not your standard play call in that 3rd down situation. But for so many offenses, they just want the ball in the hands of their playmakers in open space. And after he caught it, he did a nice job picking up the first down.
From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10.
Ready?
Lance going to keep it on the option. And he is going to lose yardage here. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
And that's what I'd like to see out of this defense, a little fire, a little toughness. It hasn't been the best first half for them, but they did do a nice job there, forcing a loss on that play.
Now they contend with a 2nd and 12 after the loss. On 2nd down, here's Mitchell. They'll get 4 on 2nd down, but it leaves them with 3rd and still 9 to go. They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first. From the gun on 3rd down, Lance. And it's complete. In the end zone, touchdown 49ers. Adam Humphries, a 12-yard touchdown grab. And the 49ers take a 3-touchdown lead. Now goal for the extra point. He knocks it through. It's 28-7. So that drive in total 8 plays. And it's polished off by a touchdown for San Francisco. After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. And this a very, very short kick. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. Now the Rams offense, they work their way back on the field. They're down 3 touchdowns to this point, needing to put something together as they have it 1st and 10. They'll begin on the ground with Akers. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 65 yards for him on the ground so far tonight as he has been terrific in this first half. On 1st down, they'll stay with Akers on the ground. And he'll manage to pick up about 4 at 2nd down. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete.
This defense has certainly played well so far in this game, and the coverage has been tight on just about every throw. Forced a few here so far in this game, and now it brings up 4th down.
And this is off target to the left. Didn't get there anyway. It's no good, and this will stay a 3-touchdown game. Well, when you've got a kicker out there who's already missed twice, he definitely would rather have about a 30-yarder rather than one from a neighboring county.
Can we agree to just give him a pass on that one? It would have definitely been a way to turn his mood around, but instead, it's a third miss and another scoreless possession.
Deebo Samuel and the 49ers back in possession here.
There's a lot of talk in training camp about him getting off to a hot start this year, saying that they needed that. Well, he's done it through the first month.
Kind of reminds me of one of those great musical groups where one person has their name out front, then they have the backups, right? He's the guy out front because the backups, they're doing what they're supposed to be doing, but we're going to the headliner each and every time, and that's not easily done because you know all the defenses are kicking towards him right now. That means he's fighting his way through traffic, finding ways to get open, even when he's not supposed to be.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Here's Lance. Slant route connects with Deebo Samuel. And they eventually get to him at the 17 after a pickup of 17 into the red zone. 1st down.
Let's just call it what it is. This has been a flat-out struggle for this defense all game long. They've really had a hard time slowing them down. And while I'm not big on speeches and guys jumping up and down, they might need their team leader on defense to get in their face right now and light a fire under these guys. They've got to start playing better assignment football and start getting guys on the ground.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. Shotgun now for Lance. That's complete. Middle of the field to Humphries. And the 49ers are going to have a 1st and goal as the tackle is made at about the 5.
Well, it certainly doesn't matter if it's been through the air like on this play or on the ground. I don't know what's going on with this defense. In a sense, they've been AWOL on this drive so far. 3 plays, 3 first downs given up. They've got to find the answers, and they've got to find them quick.
Lance looking to throw it. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. And the Rams are going to take possession here at their own 3-yard line.
Charles, not only is that an interception, it's one when you were really knocking on the door for a touchdown inside the red zone.
You're actually thinking points no matter what. At worst, you're thinking kicking a field goal and getting 3. We might look back on this in the second half and say, you remember when they didn't get points on that drive? This could cost them.
Cam Akers and the Rams offense ready to go back to work.
First month of the season, those numbers pretty solid. Does he continue that?
I think so, because when you come out of the gate this strong, that means that you have planned for it and you like the results that you're getting. So I wouldn't have any doubt that the head coach, offensive coordinator actually called him in and said, look, you're our guy, okay? We're going to continue to stick with this as long as we're winning games. You ready for the challenge? And then they presented it to the rest of the team. I think we'll see plenty of that as the season moves on.
And I'm sure he said challenge accepted. The Rams going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. An extra DB for the 49ers now on 3rd.
Off the fake to Akers. Here's Stafford.
Man open, it's Cup. He's got it.
And way up past the 35 before he's taken down.
Now another timeout called for by the offense as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. On 1st down, Stafford here. And down he goes. The 49ers get there. Sacks a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long.
Connecting with Cup here on the out route.
And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. Stafford on 3rd down. And this is going to be incomplete. A misconnection there. He's hit on just 50% of his passes thus far. That's not where you want to be.
Now you see the evolution of the game. You go back to the quarterbacks of old, 50% would be terrific because they threw the ball downfield almost every time they throw it. Now with the short passing game, you should be above 60% just to be in the average range.
And now two problems as I see it. First, you missed the kick, which granted was a long one. But second, you set the other guys up with great field position and enough time to maybe get downfield and get a field goal attempt of their own.
Elijah Mitchell ready to get back to work with the rest of the 49er offense.
He's been effective so far, over the 40-yard mark here in the second quarter. Don't forget about those guys up front, though. They've been effective, too.
The leverage game has been in their favor. They've been the ones who've been able to bend their knees, drop their hips, and get a little bit lower than the guys on the other side of the football, and they've moved them out of the way for the runner.
Sometimes that's tough for those big fellas.
Not an easy thing for them to do.
Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. And unless this is a quick incompletion, this is likely the last play here of this first half.
Right back to Mitchell on second down.
And this will go as a short gain on what will be the final act of this first half. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we'll send you eastward to Orlando. Standing by with that EA Sports halftime report now is Jonathan Coachman. Take it away, Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. Welcome in, everyone, to our EA Sports halftime report. Let's get you caught up on what's going on around the NFL. We'll get started over at Mercedes-Benz Stadium in downtown Atlanta, where it was definitely a game with some intrigue, as you can see by the scoreline. Auden Tate, 2 touchdown catches in the victory. We'll stay in the NFC South as we head to Carolina to check on the Panthers. And they were losers in that one to the visiting Arizona Cardinals. DeAndre Hopkins, over 100 yards receiving and a touchdown catch as well. Lastly, let's check on one final game for you. And you can see they are scoreless as they play the second quarter. On now to a look at the next-gen stats in that first half for the Rams. And they did have some success running the football in those first 2 quarters. And that might be something they continue to work on as they try to get back in this game. Meanwhile, for the Niners, we take a look there at the numbers for them running the football in that first half. Both these teams getting a chance to dry out, maybe change their cleats if need be, but halftime's just about over. Time to get back to it. And for the call of the second half, here's Brandon Gaudin.
All right, Coach. we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
The Rams offense ready to begin quarter number 3. They look up at the scoreboard facing that deficit. A 3-score game, Charles, but look, there's plenty of time to go here. The old football cliche that comes to my mind is you can't get it all back at once. They probably need something, though, out of this drive, at least 3 points.
Are you trying to say that there's no 3-score drive on that play sheet for any of those coordinators? They just don't have it, right? You're trying to get it all back. You know you can't get it back in one drive, but maybe cut into it a little bit as you just suggested. Try and create a little bit of momentum, a little bit of a spark, and then maybe that'll carry over. Well, we talk all the time about playing situational football, and right now I think the scoreboard is dictating what they need to do. Where they are in this game, they've got to push the ball downfield, take their shots, try and get big chunks of yardage in a short amount of time. That was a nice play there.
On first down at Stafford. Throw left side, complete to Cup. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play, and that'll make it second down. They'll fake the give. Now Stafford.
Looking underneath, he's got Akers. And he'll be tackled on the other side of midfield at the 46-yard line.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down.
They'll try and run for this with Akers.
Boy, no chance as he was met and dropped behind the line there. A loss of a yard, and it brings up fourth.
Sometimes being a linebacker in the middle of the field is kind of like being a doctor on the field. You got to make the right diagnosis. Here he correctly sets his run and shoots through to make the play in the backfield.
Here's Michael Pilardi now as he's on to punt for L.A. Oh, it's a wobbler here. Not good at all. Punted just 24 yards there.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over.
Here's a look at the 49ers offense as they make their way out for their first possession of the second half.
Lance and the 49ers now. 1st and 10.
At their own 23.
Drive starts with a give to Mitchell.
And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down.
So much of the game today, we're looking for hybrid players, guys who can do a combination of jobs. And anyone who plays a strong safety position, now more than ever, is a hybrid type player. Half defensive back that covers passes and half linebacker that makes tackles. We just saw the linebacker make that play.
Off of play action, here's Lance.
And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked up by Jalen Ramsey. And he will bring it back. It's an interception return for a Rams touchdown.
Boy, a big play right there. I mean, a touchdown on this drive could have really put some separation on the scoreboard. Instead, it's the defense who scores. And, partner, we got a game again.
And we do have one because of what you just described. A defense that understood what was going on in this game and did something about it. They knew their offense needed some help. They just provided it. They're back in this one.
Here's Gay now to add the extra point. It's up and good, and it's now 28-14. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick 6. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away.
From just inside the 20, a short kick. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. San Francisco set to go on offense once more. Lance and the 49ers now. 1st and 10.
At their own 28-yard line. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he'll be tackled at about the 35.
60 yards rushing for him now in the ball game.
Well, I think after that run, the defense getting back in the huddle and looking at each other and maybe starting to question their confidence a bit. They gave up a significant run, 6 yards, and now you're saying to yourself, how do we stop them, and do I have enough confidence to make a play?
Lance finding Debo there for the Niner first.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the third quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
It's a loss of 4 on the first down play.
I'm getting a sense that the momentum of this game is changing since the break. Nice play there, and this D is fired up.
They'll have to deal with a 2nd and 14 now after the loss.
They run over center with Mitchell.
And he'll take this for about 4 up to the 46-yard line.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here, because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
Able to haul it in is Kittle. And this is going to be another first down, as the tackle's going to be made at the Rams' 34-yard line. Nice third down conversion at even 20 yards.
I'll tell you what, a lot of those mid-range throws have been available, because sometimes teams get too concerned about the deep ball and they leave too much space in front of them, and these guys have been taking advantage so far.
So from Rams territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 34.
On the counter, Mitchell.
And he'll run straight into a wall of tacklers at the line of scrimmage. It's 2nd down. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10.
Once again, it's Mitchell.
And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. A gain of 10 and a 49er first down.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense gets a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard.
Lance now on first down.
That's going to be caught by Samuel. And he is out of bounds, but first he gets it inside the 10 to the 7. Another nice gain, 16 yards there, and a first down again.
Just picking up yardage in bunches here these last few plays. They've moved right down the field, and just like that, they're going to be set up with a 1st and goal.
Ready.
They'll run with Mitchell.
And he will fight his way into the end zone for a touchdown.
Elijah Mitchell, his 2nd rushing touchdown on the year,
as his guys have opened up a very comfortable lead.
That drive that really increased their cushion felt very military to me. Very precise, methodical, that's one of the words you've taught me. And they just got it done.
And slowly but surely now starting to pull away a little bit. Things looking good for them here in the third quarter.
Not only pulling away, but you mentioned that slowly but surely. You also drain clock, too, with a drive like that. So you really give yourself an advantage.
Gold with the extra point, and the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. So that drive consumes 9 plays all told. And in the end, it's capped off by a 7-yard run. After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Rams offense now, they get set and head back onto the field.
I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
And the Niners get there and bring him down. Nick Bosa in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. Well, for last week's performance, which was so good, he was named NFC Defensive Player of the Week. He got a lot of praise, and understandably so, from national media. Looking pretty good on that play, too.
And I love what he told us this week before the game. He talked about how much time they spend working on pass rush moves, every position, because anyone could go after the quarterback in their defense, and you can see how they've all absorbed their lessons.
Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing second and a bundle.
They'll run a draw now with Akers.
No gain on the play this time, and it'll be a 3rd and long situation coming up.
Early down stuff to put this offense in precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority 1.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Throwing is Stafford.
And this is dropped. Oh, it's incomplete. He had a big gainer in his sights, but he could not reel it in.
Here's Michael Pilardi now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And here's a very low-line drive, almost whiffed on it. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Niners set up well. They take over 1st and 10 on the short side of the field.
Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. The offense coming back out here. Plenty of energy, ready to roll, looking to just add to what they have been doing after scoring a touchdown, Charles, their last time out.
And that's a great feeling to have on the sideline, partner, knowing you just won the battle against the opposing defense. And since they came off the field, I'll guarantee you all they want to do is get back out there because they know they have the upper hand on that defense right now.
And my goodness, another interception.
And the Rams are going to have it here just past the 25.
And you have to wonder, Charles, a game like this, 5 interceptions, what does this do to the psyche of a young quarterback?
Well, based on the fact that he's still out there and he threw a 5th interception, I'm wondering if his head coach believes that he's really strong mentally and wants him to play through it. Because otherwise, you need to get him out and fight another day because this could leave lasting damage if he keeps throwing interceptions.
Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line.
See if they can put this drive in the end zone, Charles, because it's been a little bit of a rough go at times. They've had to punt the football a ton in this ball game because of stalled-out drives.
So are you saying that you're kind of tired of seeing the punter run out there and do his thing during this game? Is that what you're trying to say?
Well, I mean, I'm okay with it. I have a feeling that this offense, they don't want to see the punter again.
And frankly, the punter doesn't want to run out there anymore himself. He would love to see his offense put together a drive and give his leg a rest.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. Here's Stafford.
He'll get this into the hands of Van Jefferson.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That one a gain of 20 and a first down.
Jefferson really grew into the deep threat LA needed as it ramped up its passing attack, averaging a cool 16 yards per catch. One of the best marks in the league and helping the Rams earn a ring. Back at it again in 2022, picking up a first down with a big play.
So from inside Niner territory now, this is 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line.
Stafford going to give this to Akers.
Brought down, but after we saw a flashy little move, stopped short of the 40. So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. Now Stafford.
That's into a crowd and intercepted. Picked off by Fred Warner. And the 49ers are going to take possession as they got it at the 42-yard line. Well, still down quite a bit here, several scores. But, yeah, at least that's a start, Charles, getting the interception here. And look, we're still in the 3rd quarter, so this thing not done yet.
You're right about that, Brandon. This defense, they haven't quit on this game. They stayed with it and got an interception and handed the ball back to their offense. And what you wonder about is the team that just threw that interception, they've got to be careful about developing a sense of complacency and thinking this game is over.
Good starting field position for the 49ers as they have it 1st and 10 at their own 42.
Here's Mitchell now to kick off the drive. And a strong run that time as he's across midfield and down to the 43. 99 yards for him on the ground now. He has been a tough man to bring down all night.
He's turning in a pretty impressive performance running the football and a big reason why they have this nice lead.
And in days gone by, we would clip this out and put it up on the refrigerator. When we clip out the box score, nowadays, not too many newspapers out there. Maybe you screenshot it online.
They'll throw over the middle, taken in.
And they're going to get this down near the 35-yard line.
They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of until they stop him, why not go back to him? He has something going really well. Great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball, and they keep making the connection.
Up the middle, here's Mitchell.
And he'll go down at the 28. 7 yards there and a 1st down.
Well, that last run makes this a 100-yard night. I've loved the way he's hit the holes. He's been quick, he's been decisive, and he's been a whole lot of fun to watch.
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second-half blowout material. On 1st down, they go back to Mitchell. Knifes his way forward here, but just 3 yards on the play. 2nd down.
They know that old expression, it's not my night. It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
Every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play.
Perfect example of the kind of attitude you have to play defensive back in the NFL. You want to be the only defender around, and you want them to challenge you. And on that play, he came through.
And this time he's going backwards. So after the no gain on the last attempt, here they get him behind the line.
Well, that was one of the few times they've been able to contain him thus far. He's over 100 yards for the game, but he lost a bit off his total on that carry.
Fourth down field goal try coming, so Lance is off, and on comes Robbie Gould.
On the right hash, it's a 43-yard attempt. The kick by Gould is good, and that will extend their lead even further.
So the turnover leads to points as they add 3 there.
Yeah, what a sequence there, and a nice one for them. They force the interception, put together a little drive, and they come away with 3 points. Nothing to it, partner. Just do it.
Now it's Gould after splitting the uprights to kick this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
And the LA offense ready for this next possession. As this offense takes the field against CD, remember last drive they were moving the football, but then they threw that costly interception, so we'll see if they can right the ship here on this drive.
And doesn't that just sum up football? We see it all the time, don't we? The defense goes from losing the battle to making a huge play and stealing the momentum. So you know they're riding high right now, and they're ready to challenge this offense and that quarterback one more time.
And we'll see if the offense is up for that challenge here as things start to get more interesting here in the second half.
But if these guys are going to chop into that deficit, they're going to have to do a much better job in the run game. Caught behind the line of scrimmage, no yardage to be found.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. To throw is Stafford. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. Now it's Stafford. Complete. Jefferson the target. And they're going to get him down well short of the first as he can only get this to the 30. It'll go down as a gain of 6, and it'll be 4th down.
Brandon, a good idea there on 3rd down. Run a little clear out and hope you can get your receiver the ball coming across the formation. Nice design, but well played defensively, and they stop him well short.
Here's Michael Pilardi now, as he'll come on for his 5th kick of the night. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. So a change of possession here on the punt. And out will come the offense as they take over. The 49ers ready to set up shop again offensively. And now you've got the clock winding down here in the 3rd quarter. You're 3 scores to the good. What's your approach on this drive?
Too early to fully commit to playing the clock game. Yet at the same time, you're also not going pell-mell like you would in 2-minute offense. This is what NFL offenses call 4-minute football. Take the clock out of the game a little bit, wind it down, but at the same time, keep advancing the ball down the field.
From the gun, it's Lance. And he's just throwing the ball up for grabs now. Fortunately, that one's going to fall incomplete. Throwing his Lance on 3rd down. And now here's another interception. Taylor Rapp with a pick. And the Rams are going to get the football here at their own 40-yard line. Well, all I can do up here is just shake my head. I mean, 6 interceptions. I cannot imagine what he's thinking between the ears right now.
Well, just think of how it is for his teammates, because after the first few, you know they're going over to him, hey, we'll get them next time. Now they're probably a little bit frustrated. And if you're a receiver, you're thinking to yourself, any ball that's in the air, you become receiver and defensive. Compete for the ball so that you don't get another one picked off.
Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. They'll start at the 40, so great starting field position following the interception. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Stafford. Open man right side is cut, complete. And he'll be brought down on the other side of midfield at the 43. And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the 3rd quarter has come to a close. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL.
EA Sports. Stafford on first down. Robinson's got it.
And a tackle going to be made at the 38.
You got the big lead defensively. You're willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
From the 38, Stafford over the middle. That's hauled in by Cup.
And they're going to work this down to about the 32-yard line.
And he's over 100 yards now after that last catch. Already, of course, leading the NFL in receiving yardage.
So he's done nothing at all to hurt his cause, to stay in that spot. But I've been so impressed with how he's gotten it done. Body control, route running. How about the way he competes for the football at the end of the play?
One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
Stafford's throw here hauled in by Cup.
And he'll be out of bounds as he gets this down to about the 21 or 22. A 5-yard pass on the heels of a 5-yard run. Good enough for the first. Here's Stafford. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. And they'll turn to the power game to try to get in. Nothing doing there. They're going to wind up holding him at the 2. No gain there, and it's going to set up 2nd and goal. Now Stafford. And this is caught. He's got it. Touchdown, L.A.
Bryson Hopkins.
His first touchdown on the year.
And the Rams are able to cut into that deficit. Well, it seemed like they were so focused elsewhere they forgot about the tight end spot, and he's the one that burns him there to make this a 3-score game here, Charles, in the 4th quarter.
I think there might be a little bit of defensive fatigue from those guys on that side of the ball, partner, because they've been spending their time trying to stop them from all angles. This time, the tight end gets them.
The Rams will line up for the 2-point conversion.
Stafford's going to try and throw for it toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. Should have been picked. Probably doesn't matter on a 2-point conversion, but still, as a former DB, you want to grab that ball when you can, don't you?
You certainly do, and don't say it, because I know you're thinking it. Don't say it.
What am I thinking?
You know what I know what you're thinking. Well, if he'd had hands, he'd be playing on offense, right?
That's true. You've said that before. Following the touchdown, here's Gay to kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. And San Francisco gets set to go here. Certainly no reason to panic. They've got the 3-score lead, but the turnover last time, the interception that led to a touchdown, you'd have to think they might not be dialing that up again.
Yeah, probably not. They're still in fantastic shape, though, so I would imagine before he trotted out here for this series, head coach probably just leaned over to him and was like, listen, we're wearing these color shirts. Throw it to those guys, not the others. Try to make a joke out of it and just let him go out there with a little bit more confidence.
Jordan Fuller there to take him down.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
Play action. Now it's Lance. That ball caught. Brandon Ayuk.
He's at the 30. 10. Touchdown, 49ers.
He's got them down to a 3-score lead here in the 4th quarter after that one, CD. And he looked right off the line like he knew that ball was coming his way, and he secured it for 6 points.
Yeah, I think when you're leading by a healthy margin already,
It actually loosens you up and allows you to take maybe a few more chances and definitely play with more confidence because he certainly saw something he could exploit in the defense, and he made sure to let his quarterback know, just get it to me. And the rest was all up to him, and he delivered and made it a 3-score game.
Gold able to tack on the extra point, and they open the lead up now to 25. That drive started on their own 25. 2 plays, 75 yards later, into the end zone. After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles.
Their mini 2-game win streak appears it might be going by the wayside unless they can pull a rabbit out of their hat. I'll tell you, far from ideal conditions to play in, but neither offense has had much trouble. Plenty of points to go around. 1st and 10.
Just keeping the play alive. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away.
We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there. To throw again on 2nd down. Stafford, and down he goes. The 49ers get there. Nick Bosa able to drop him that time for his 2nd sack of the evening.
Well, someone's closing in on the league lead in sacks. He came into the game in the top 5. Now you add 2 more to his total.
So now Stafford and the Rams, after the sack, they're staring up at a 3rd and long.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Caught out left side by Robinson. And he'll be brought down at the 34, well short of the 1st down marker.
Offense knew it. They were already starting to walk back as that one is accepted.
Desperation time for Stafford on 4th down. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. No luck for the Rams as they fail here on 4th down. And the Niners take over in terrific field position. Well, that's another mistake there on the drop pass on 4th, and we've seen him do things like this all game.
It's not hard to figure out why they're down by that deficit. They haven't made plays that are going to keep them in the game or win the game all game long. That's another example right there. It all boils down at the end of it to execution. Either you make the play or you don't.
Okay, ready?
1st and 10, and kind of tipping their hand at running the ball. 3 tight ends are out there.
Ready.
1st down, here's Mitchell.
And not much of a hole there as he gets it down to about the 24-yard line. A'Shawn Robinson there on the stop. Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the 4th quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it, and the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't run the football.
On 3rd and short, they'll try option left. He is going nowhere as he is enveloped behind the line. Call it no gain on the keeper, and it's going to bring up a 4th down.
4th down field goal try coming, so Lance is off, and on comes Robbie Gould.
A 33-yarder from the left hash. The kick by Gould is good, and that will extend their lead even further.
So the starting field position was terrific following the surprising turnover on downs, but the end result, only 3 points.
Simply stated, I think you have to look at that as a missed opportunity.
Now it's Gold after splitting the uprights to kick this one away.
Fields this way up at the 17. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. Get a look at this offense led by Cooper Kupp as they make their way back onto the field.
And I know that they've double-teamed him a couple times, but not a ton. Whatever they're doing isn't working. He's up over 100 yards. We'll see how they adjust.
And when they do that, they weaken their defense in other places as well. And how many times have we done games where we've seen a guy have a big game like this, but it's usually not by himself, is it? Right. Usually it opens it up for other people to have big games as well.
Oh, that's into a double team, and it's intercepted. Mike Edwards picks it off. And the Niners are going to take over a couple of yards shy of midfield. Well, offensively, Charles, hard to put a silver lining on this one. No secret that they had to take chances with a score where it is, and it leads to a turnover.
I love how you paint the picture, partner, because you're exactly right about that one. Look at the empty stares on that sideline. This is one of those games where you just want to go crawl under a rock until it's over.
Lance and the 49ers now, 1st and 10.
Just shy of midfield at the 48.
Ready?
They'll start with a run by Mitchell. And brought down there by Taylor Rapp.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
Now they're going to be dealing with a 3rd and 7. Is that one officially a loss of 1?
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through. But that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
And that play goes nowhere. Taken down, losing yardage at the 50, right at midfield.
That kind of looked like a defense fed up by being gashed in the running game all night.
Yeah, and imagine their coach saying, if you're fed up on that play, where were you the rest of the time? What took you so long? But flip it over to the offensive side. They've been dominating this thing, and to finally have a play go against them, that's not something that's going to make them feel very good this evening.
The Rams ready to go on offense. Where we stand right now in the 4th quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. A shotgun snap for Stafford. It's complete to Hopkins.
And they'll get this down to the 42-yard line. With this game well in hand, perhaps we are seeing the coverage lighten up a little bit as they got burned there a bit for a 1st down.
But we certainly know the coach isn't happy along the sideline because he certainly wants them to finish this one out the way they started it. He doesn't want to give up any soft completions, no late points. He wants his lead to stay right where it is.
And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration, the body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
Ball on the 42 as they come up 2nd and 10. Stafford now to throw.
Throw left side, taken in by Jefferson. And they're going to get this down to about the 37.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
The offense on third down tonight, they've converted just twice and have had plenty of opportunities. This will be 3rd and 5. Again, it's Stafford.
Throws to his man on the out route, and it's complete. That's Robinson. And he is going to have a Rams first down as he's able to get 8 yards there on 3rd and 5.
A little football 101 there. You just see the receiver try to run down the defender, meaning he goes right at him and really trying to move him a little bit towards the center of the field so he can put his foot in the ground and break to the out, to the sideline, and make a catch.
On 1st and 10, Stafford.
Across the middle, and this pass complete to Cooper Kupp.
And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. The Rams, they are on the move. They've got another first down. Well, there's your leading receiver in the NFL in terms of yardage, putting on another clinic, well over 100 yards.
Are we taking notes? We should be, right? Because I'm going to go back and watch this tape and really enjoy what I'm seeing. The route running, competing for the football, just breaking down a defense.
Defensively, you look at the numbers. Another incomplete passer we just saw, and they're under 200 yards passing for the game, so they've done their job on that side of the ball.
Yeah, recently I was actually working a game where a quarterback had a streak of 5 straight games without a 200-yard game, and that was a big talk, both in his town and amongst his team. How do we get the passing game?
On Stafford for the 3rd time is intercepted. Picked by Jared Wilson. And the 49ers are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line.
Well, when I saw the pressure coming at him, that just looked problematic. Hit him as he threw it, and the interception ensued.
Let me pay homage to the man who stood in this spot before. He always talked about how much pressure is in the face of a guy, and can he step into a throw. And when you can't do that, oftentimes interceptions result.
And they'll come out with a 3 tight end look on the first play of the drive.
They'll start this drive out on the ground. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. 8 yards the tally on that first down run. Here's 2nd and 2.
On play action, Lance.
And my goodness, another interception. Troy Hill picks it, and he'll get this back down to about the 12-yard line.
And they'll take possession already in the red zone and in a great spot to add points to the scoreboard.
And Brandon, how many times have we seen a defense with a lot of field behind them get even more aggressive, right? They feel like they've got them not pinned down, but in a favorable spot for them, and they took advantage of it there, got a nice interception, and set up their offense in great shape.
From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. They'll go with Akers here up the middle.
And he'll be dropped at about the 11 after only a yard.
I don't think any of us were surprised that they decided to start this drive on the ground after the last 2 drives ended in interceptions.
Unfortunately, though, not a lot going on that first play.
Yeah, I think the anticipation was felt also by the defense.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
They'll go again here with Akers.
And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. A yard in the wrong direction makes 3rd down tougher. 3rd down and 9.
They have 3 tight ends in that formation. That's almost a universal sign that they're planning to run the football. But how about the defense there? They met force with force and caused a stack up behind the line of scrimmage and threw it for a loss.
49ers have an extra defensive back on the field. A nickel set for 3rd down. Out of the gun, Stafford. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked off by the former first-rounder, Jimmy Ward. And he'll take this across midfield and inside the 45.
And here in the fourth quarter defensively, you know that you're just going to blanket the field with defensive backs and say, okay, take your best shot. And that time, it's intercepted.
And we've often seen teams go into the prevent early, way too early, and sometimes they get too soft in their coverages, but not in this case. They understood the situation and played it with the proper aggression.
Out on the field now, here come the 49ers.
And after the interception, they are sitting in an even better spot with the ball and a comfortable fourth quarter lead. from the gun to give to Mitchell.
And down inside the 40 to about the 38. A good run, got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3. Some room to run now. And he'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. A gain there of 21 yards.
So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10.
Now here's the option play going left. And he will be brought down, but a 1st and goal coming up as we have come upon the 2-minute warning. Another strong gain on the last 2 plays. They've moved it a combined 33 yards. So it's 49er football here as we get you reset. They've got it 1st and goal in a game that appears to have already been decided.
On the handoff, Mitchell.
And he's maybe going to get this back to the 4, but that's about all. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal. If you're going to run against this unit, especially down here, just beware. I mean, they're the top rushing defense in the league.
Yeah, and then they go ahead and they double down with the whole thing because you think, okay, let's throw the ball. Oh, yeah, that's right. They defend the pass pretty well, too. Very difficult task right now.
And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals.
Well, where our booth is here, we can see all of the writers to our left, and their post-game stories, Charles, they have been filed for some time because this game, boy, is it lopsided.
Yeah, we can see our guy Scoop. He's even got his fedora tipped over his face. I think he's taking a nap now. Nothing left to write for him, but how gratifying has it been for them to see what they've done in practice and carry it into a game and see the execution be so good. They've got to feel fantastic about what they've accomplished in this one.
Gold to add the extra point. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. 5 plays there on that drive. And it results in a 4-yard touchdown run. After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away.
Not much leg here. Fields this at the 24-yard line. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape up past the 30.
Here's the Los Angeles offense as they get set to take possession.
Well, we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
He's going to let it fly. And incomplete on the deep ball.
Not only did he have a chance to scan the field there, it felt like he had a chance to scan it twice. The protection was that good. Unfortunately for him, the coverage downfield, equally good.
On 2nd and 10, Stafford.
Now, quick throw there going to be batted away and incomplete. We've talked about it, CD, but it bears repeating. They are struggling to throw the football. All the interceptions and more incompletions. It just doesn't look like things are in sync out there.
I would agree with that, and it's not a good day when you feel like an incomplete pass is almost a win for you because it wasn't intercepted. I think the receivers now, when they're running their routes, they want to catch the ball, but they also want to make sure that the defenders don't take it away.
Here's Michael Pilardi now, as he'll come on to kick for a 6th time tonight. That'll be put in the books as a 53-yard punt.
And they will take over 1st and 10.
And the 49ers getting set to trot out there. And a few kneel downs should just about do it. Now, defensively, they do have all 3 timeouts, but very little reason to use them at this point. They'll start on the ground here. And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
They almost feel like he's one of them, and they really embrace him.
And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. 4 yards the pickup, 1st down.
Now that's the way to do it. Hand it to someone with vision and good footwork, and add in a little bit of power, and you find a way to pick up 1st downs.
From the 32.
Ready?
Another run with Mitchell. He'll work his way up the middle for a gain of about 4, 2nd down.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead, positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6.
In prime time, this offense, they gave the nation quite a show, putting up that many points to come away with what will certainly be a memorable win for them.
And Brandon, I think it's as simple as this. Some players, for the big stage. And when they get a chance to play in this type of atmosphere, where all eyes are on them and all the lights are shining brightly, they show up and they show out.
So for the 49ers, they're on a nice early roll as they move to 3-1 with a win here. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Carolina Panthers. Meanwhile, for L.A., they'll fall back to 500 at 2-2. And they'll try to get back on track next week as they head to Dallas to take on the Cowboys.